Hello everyone, we're going to be talking about the severe weather throughout today and tomorrow for parts of the north and southern US. But before we could get into this video, I would ask you to subscribe if you are new to the channel and make sure to share this video with any friends or family that might be interested in watching daily weather forecasts just like this one. But anyways, let's get right into this video. So right now we are looking at the severe weather outlook for today. Now they have issued an enhanced risk for severe weather for parts of the Wyoming, South Dakota, Nebraska, and a very little bit of Montana there. Now this is the main area of that severe weather threat for today. There's also multiple other areas that do have a big severe weather risk, like over here in parts of south or northwestern Texas. You do have a slight risk of severe weather, and also surrounding that enhanced risk of severe weather, you do also have that slight risk there. So you do have a lesser chance than that enhanced risk, but you still do have a pretty good chance for that severe weather. Then we do have that marginal risk of severe weather, which is around pretty much all these slight and enhanced risks, which is in the dark green. You do have an isolated severe thunderstorm risk within that dark green shaded area. Also, multiple other dark green shaded areas over here in parts of Louisiana. And over here in parts of the southeast, you do have those marginal risks of severe weather in place for today. Also, the general thunderstorm risk, which is not much of a severe thunderstorm risk, but definitely you do have general thunderstorms that's possible within that area, which is in the light green. Here's the tornado risk, and they've actually upgraded a little bit parts of Wyoming and in a 5% risk of tornadoes within that brown shaded area there. You do have a 5% risk of tornadoes with it, which is a pretty good chance. So if you're in any of these areas, make sure you do have a way to get those warnings out. You do have a decent tornado risk for today. Also in the green shaded areas, you do have a 2% risk of tornadoes within that type of area. Here's the hail risk, and hail risk is pretty big in two spots. One over here, parts of Texas, you do have a significant risk. 2-inch plus size hail is possible within that hatched area there. Also another hatched area with a 30% chance. You do have up to 2 plus inch size hail within that area as well. Up to golf ball size hail within the yellow shaded area, and up to quarter size hail within the green shaded areas there. Here's the wind risk for today. And there isn't a significant risk, but you do have up to around 70 to maybe even 80 miles per hour gusts within this red shaded area. There also a 60 mile per hour gusts possible within the storms in the yellow shaded area, and up to 40 mile per hour gusts within the storms in the green shaded area there. Here's tomorrow's risk. And you do have a slight risk in place for tomorrow for parts of kind of the central U.S. there. You do have a pretty good chance for severe weather, so I probably will be live streaming as well tomorrow for the severe weather. You also do have the marginal risks and the general thunderstorm risk as well within those areas there. Here's the tornado risk, and so far as a 2% risk of tornadoes, there probably will be a 5% risk by tomorrow. But there's a 2% risk of tornadoes, which is probably 1 or 2. I said it's possible within there. Definitely, I do think that will be upgraded to a 5% risk of tornadoes. Here's the hail risk, and you do have up to around golf ball size hail within the yellow shaded area, and up to quarter size hail within the green shaded area there. Here's the wind risk, and it's pretty much the same as the hail risk, but you do have up to around 60 mile per hour gusts within the storms in the yellow shaded area, and up to 40 mile per hour gusts within the green shaded areas there. Now we can look at the future simulated radar for both of the severe weather threats for today and tomorrow. Alright, so we're looking at the early morning hours. This is the past radar right now. We can go over to around when these storms decide to develop, which is around 3 to 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time. We do have those storms firing around the southeastern part of Wyoming, and that'll turn into a line heading into the Dakotas and Nebraska there, and that'll be heading around a northeasterly direction. That's the main area of where the enhanced risk is, kind of that area. You do have 5% risk of tornadoes, so you definitely have to watch out for these tornadoes here. Then back down here where the slight risk in Texas is, you do have those storms firing as well around 6 to 7 p.m. Central Day that time. You have some cells developing that will head about northeast direction there, and that'll be weakening by the time it gets to around the central southern Texas area. Still have those cluster storms moving through southern Texas around midnight, and then those really just start to disintegrate within the atmosphere around 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. there, and they just turn into rain showers. So that's pretty much our future radar. We can look at tomorrow's risk here, and you can definitely see where the storms develop right here around the Texas Panhandle going to Oklahoma. You see where that slight risk is, and definitely see the storms firing and then moving in around northeasterly direction. These will look like they will fire around midnight, so definitely I won't be the do stream tomorrow night. I definitely won't be talking since it's just so late. These storms will develop so late at night. That'll move east. You still have some pretty strong storms around the midday hours of Friday, and then that'll move and keep on moving southeast, and still some pretty strong storms developing off of this around 6 p.m. Friday, and then going into the evening hours of Friday. Still have the storms moving through, and then let's go ahead and there we go. So let's go back to around the Friday time frame, and now you can definitely see where the storms move through. So definitely those will dissipate by the time they get to around this area there. But if you did enjoy this video, I would ask you to subscribe if you are new to the channel, and make sure to share this video with any friends or family that might be interested in watching daily weather forecasts. But anyways, stay safe.